Let's talk a little bit about what you do now in worldwide distribution services. What the heck does that title mean?
My role was actually just expanded this past summer. So I now oversee my job, and my team's job actually starts about easily probably a year before a movie is in the theater. Okay. Sometimes, I mean, it's before that. It depends. So we start with, we've got something slated. We look at our release slate well into 2023, 24. So we know what's coming. We know approximate dates. We know that there's going to be films that we need, like animated films, we absolutely start working on about 18 months out, because you've got characters, there might be songs, we've got star talent casting, which is actually like, oh, if Angelina Jolie is voicing, a lotus or the panda, we've got to find her voice in these languages. If they're singing, we have to find a singing voice for her.
So what Lisa does is she translates the filmmaker's vision in both language and culture to different countries, different cultures around the world. So this is a big job, okay? So she's got to be the one to translate it and make sure that it happens appropriately.
Here's a good example, Top Gun, right? So there's a couple things with that. Tom, this is the only sequel that's been done in 25, 30 years. This is Tom's baby. Like, he has waited to do this film. So we've got to go in and see the film or get an idea of who's in it, who's returned as a character. Does this person have a voice that is like the Tom? We know that Tom has voices in every language. He's got a Thai version Tom. He's got a French Tom, a German Tom. Just about everywhere he has shown a film, there is someone that voices him. So and your international students will fully understand this. They are used to hearing their language is Tom Cruise, not America's Tom Cruise voice. So my team goes to secure all of these actors that play him, because they are stars in their own right in their local countries. People may not know their face, but they absolutely know their voice as Tom Cruise in their country. So my team immediately starts working. I mean, we were working this a year before COVID hit to secure his voices everywhere. COVID hit, we shut down. The movie was just finishing. Tom has been filming Mission Impossible 7 through COVID. So he would finished up Top Gun, and we just got it to start working on it. We've seen different variations of it, because my team needs to get in early and see what we're up against with respect to characters that are new and how to secure them and begin translating. So I've got one area of my team that's all they do is localization, dubbing, subtitling, creative notes for every dubbing studio in each country to understand what's important in the film, what's not, what we need to focus on creatively, what are the things that if there are jokes, how do they translate? Is it something they have to rewrite? And we work with local dubbing studios, local writers, local transcribers. So it's a lot of work, because it's not just getting an English script and Google Docking the thing. It is literally going through and finding the colloquialisms in every country, and how are we translating that to make sense in every country. So it's very extensive. It gets more difficult when you're going into animation, because we're geared toward a younger audience. Are there jokes about American culture that we either need to replace or make very clear in a different way? So all of that, the creative that goes into animation starts years before you see an animated film.